love Indiana Jones because we love movies. The joy of those adventures. We love the cause and effect, the tripwire of events. All these pieces fit together to make the lightning in a bottle of an Indiana Jones film. But also, it just fits Harrison like a glove.
Preparation was not really necessary.
Harrison loves this character as much as the audience loves this character. So we ask ourselves, what could be the next adventure? And in this case, it was what could be the last adventure.
We come to find him in 1969. The world has changed around him.
He's retiring as a professor, and he's about to stumble into an adventure.
Sorry. Helena Shaw! It's filled with awe and excitement and danger, and they've completely captured that.
I felt good, and that we had made a film that the audience deserved. I feel confident that we're going to knock their socks off. I've been looking for this all my life.
Indy!
Give 'em hell, Indiana Jones!
The first time I saw Raiders of the Lost Ark with an audience, the movie played better than I ever imagined it could.
Stand by the roll, please.
It was entertaining, fun, and incredibly inspiring.
It was a very exciting story to tell. I was really happy.
Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
I remember exactly the cinema name and the afternoon that I went to see the first Indiana Jones.
I just remember it always being on, just awe and excitement and danger.
This is the franchise that I grew up watching.
Indiana Jones movies would not exist in people's hearts and imaginations without Harrison Ford.
Nobody can play Indiana Jones but him.
What do you think you're doing? Get up! Dad, we're well out of range.
We talk about what is quintessentially indie. It's a combination of feeling like it's grounded in something historical, but then the adventures sit right on the edge of the supernatural.
And I'm delighted that there still is an interest in the character and the kinds of stories that we tell. I'm thrilled.
All right, here we go. Action!
It feels great to be back as Indiana Jones.
To have a chance as a director to collaborate with him is beyond thrilling.
He's about to stumble into his last great adventure. I've been looking for this all my life.
It takes you right back to what it is that makes the indie series so unique and so much fun.
An epic production like the Indiana Jones series is truly a collaboration. And a big part of that is Johnny Williams' score. His music gave such detail to every single heart-stopping moment and bonded all of these films together and gave these films a musical identity.
That theme that in 3 notes you're going to recognize. He just has that signature in what he does.
John's music is unparalleled. It's just incredible how original and how powerful the themes are that John creates for each element of the film.
I have been fortunate enough to be associated with the films over quite a long period of time to, with each film, add more to the collection of musical material.
I didn't know if John would do the whole movie. I only prayed. At first he said, I'll write some themes. And then he just couldn't stop writing all the music to the movie.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming this afternoon.
The thing that I never get over
Okay.
is how you sit on a scoring stage and John raises his baton. Every single time, you just go, oh my God.
His scores reawaken us music is a tribute to the power of orchestra.
And action.
Harrison wants things to be real.
It's gonna hurt, but he's gonna do it anyway.
Nobody's gonna believe it.
Action is an essential element of what an Indiana Jones film is. Our goal was to do as much as we could for real.
You just feel like anything could happen. Hold on!
When you're able to keep it real, that feels more visceral for the audience.
Harrison still has that brash indie attitude. Get back!
There's so much action and spectacle in this film, but also it's got heart.
It's not just action for action's sake.
You can see a human experience.
I like the hat, by the way. Makes you look at least 2 years younger.
I'm having more fun than I really should. So don't tell anybody. I don't believe in magic. But a few times in my life, I've seen things I can't explain.
Indy? Is he nuts? He's crazy.
You have chosen wisely.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Give him hell, Indiana Jones!
It's not so much what you believe, it's how hard you believe it.
Okay. Thanks. Nice seeing you folks. In 213 BC.
Archimedes built the dial.
That could change the course of history.
With this, we will have our victory.
It's not yours. You stole it.
Then you stole it.
And then I stole it.
Get back!
We gotta get there first.
I can't do that! You want to stop for a little lie down? Helena!
Turn left! Turn left! Indy, listen to...
We've always had a convention of presenting an earlier adventure which links the rest of the story.
Nothing like this had ever been done since the old days of the Republic serials.
You want to get dropped back into Indiana Jones and have that feeling that you had when you first saw Raiders of the Lost Ark or Temple of Doom. You sat down, there was Indiana Jones, and you knew you were immediately going to head off into a new adventure.
In this case, doing a sequence, and a really elaborate one, with Indiana at his prime, fighting Nazis. I felt like I wanted the chance to make a movie with a young Harrison. The ambition in me wanted a crack at it. So we wrote a sequence, a kind of elaborate adventure that opens the film. We're doing this, then we're doing this, okay? An essential element of an Indiana Jones film is that we see the world. It's inspiring us about how much there is to find under our own roof on this planet.
The opening image, we're coming out of the Lucas logos.
Steady inside the van.
Actually, in a very traditional way, like with the dolly track, no fancy equipment. It all goes from a micro shot to huge scale.
Then there's the question, well, how are you going to shoot Harrison in 1944 when he would be 37 years old?
The methodology used footage of me from 40 years ago that was in the vaults of Lucasfilm. It's very, very effective.
We've got two really important things in our favor. One, the best bunch of people with the right kind of technology. And two, Harrison Ford is really good at playing Indiana Jones.
This way, come on!
I recognize that my voice has changed as I've aged, and I can force it into a higher register, and I can add a little extra energy to it.
He could see that it was getting what he was doing, meaning it was coming from his soul. He was driving the expressions, the intensity, the passion of the character.
Smashing through stuff, falling through floors, breaking here, breaking there.
We wanted to try and make this feel like something that is of its time. And of its time means the 1980s and those original movies.
There are certain sounds that Indiana Jones must have, and that is the over-the-top punches, the big guns, the very big, iconic sounds. We wanted to really enjoy and celebrate the Indiana Jones legacy. We had a lot of discussion about the Wilhelm scream. We had a little vote of where it would go. And we put it in 6 or 7 places, and the one that you hear now is the winner.
I think people will recognize the style of the earlier films.
Faden and I would go after the kind of Dougie Slocum feel, which is also inseparable from Steven's own sense of staging. So scenes with shadows or scenes where an actor comes big into lens up to minimum focus.
Using a lot of those classic devices in terms of lighting sources. We have a lot of, Dougie Slocum references.
In making a movie like this, it's kind of like you're making a visual score. All these little pieces that all have to make a whole. Is this a process shot? Is this a stuntman shot? Is this Harrison doing for real? You have to plan out all these locations. Each one of these choices you're making for each shot. But the summation of all these choices is what we love about movies.
Can't be your car, it must be your mama's car.
Son of a bitch.
Please allow me to introduce myself.
I think Harrison, besides being just a very good actor, he hits that sweet spot where he's just right for a regular guy. He's everyman.
How do I look?
I grew up with that man on my TV, those films that you can just watch over and over and over again. He's one in a million.
I think you just can't bear to let a gorgeous guy like me out of your sight.
He could throw off one-liners without a problem.
No ticket.
He was very likable.
Me? Yeah.
The strength of Indiana Jones, the most important thing we did was the casting of that man to play that role. In my mind, this series would not have been as successful as it was if it were not for Harrison Ford.
I'm in good hands.
When you find a really talented actor, it makes a big difference, and you want to use him whenever you can.
And then that's why Empire Strikes Back. I called George Lucas and I said, he's right under our nose.
It's Harrison.
Harrison Ford.
Trust me. That's something from the very beginning of Indiana Jones we thought was important, to allow the audience to see his fear, see the mystery, see the excitement. We faced the challenges he faced.
Get back!
He was imprinted on me after the first Star Wars and Raiders. To have a chance as a director to collaborate with Harrison as Indiana Jones is beyond thrilling.
Give him hell, Indiana Jones! You get emotional even just to see Harrison, after so many years performing the character and still being there.
Oftentimes when you're sitting in a room saying, we need to find another Harrison Ford, you can't find him. He doesn't exist.
They refer to him when they're referring to a particular kind of actor. So When they say Harrison Ford type, I guess that you've become an icon.
Chewie, we're home.
It's been such an adventure. On behalf of all the fans, you mean the world to us. Thank you.
And I must say to you, thank you sincerely. It means the world to me.
Welcome to Berlin, Harrison, Phoebe, Mats, and Thomas. It's great to have you here. Harrison, you said something really great earlier today during the press conference. You said this is a movie that should be enjoyed on the big screen. What do you want the audience to take away after they've seen 2 hours and 22 minutes of this amazing picture with all these amazing actors and actresses?
I want them to have a good time. I want them to enjoy the ride. I want them to fold in everything you've known about Indiana Jones and know that this is his destiny. And I thank you for all of your passion for these films, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity to have made another. So thank you. Ich bin ein Berliner.
Thank you, Harrison. I didn't know that it was so easy to get people excited just by saying, Ich bin ein Berliner. I'm going to do that again next time. Phoebe, Mats, and Thomas, you know, the character Indiana Jones is amazing, but you have done an outstanding job, and they will have the chance to experience it in just a few seconds. We just spoke about what the audience should take away. What did the three of you take away from being on set and being a part of Indiana Jones, Phoebe?
There's no greater feeling than throwing yourself at a tuk-tuk from another tuk-tuk, and especially if Harrison Ford is in one of them.
A great scene, by the way, but I would like to ask Phoebe something really quickly. It's nice to drive a tuk-tuk, but you crashed a tuk-tuk as well on set.
Yes, very elegantly. I did crash a tuk-tuk, just once, into the back of Mads.
It wasn't her fault. Actually, Mads backed into the tuk-tuk that she was driving.
Here we go again. Here we go again.
Yeah.
We knew it.
I was standing on the street.
No,
minding my own business.
Mats, playing the baddie, and that's not giving too much away of the movie. What are you taking away from being a part of this?
Indy's hat.
You wanted to take it away, but you weren't allowed to.
I didn't have a chance. Everybody was looking at it. So, no. Listen, I grew up with this film. I was 15 when I watched it again and again, and everybody who's in my generation and younger understands how important these films were for us. Whether you were watching them or later on became filmmakers, it was just insane. And all of a sudden, I got the chance to be just a tiny little kid brother, family member of this franchise. I'm just so proud and honored. So it means the world to me.
Thomas, please step a little bit forward so everyone can see you, Harrison, Phoebe, and Thomas and Mats, into the light. Thank you.
Ich bin ein Berliner, wirklich.
Ich bin auch ein Berliner.
Thomas, you just said that it took you like a couple of seconds to say yes after you received the script. So what was it like, the on-set experience, and what did you take away from it?
It was very simple. I I entered as a fan and I left as a partner. So, and I'm very proud about it.
Thank you so much, Harrison, Phoebe, Mats, and Thomas, bringing this movie to Berlin and celebrating the German premiere of Indiana Jones with us. Thank you, Roger. And a few last words from Harrison.
Thank you. We work for you. We appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Leute, nochmal richtig Stimmung hier. Guckt euch das an. Thank you so much, Mike Drop. All the very best. Safe travels. Thank you. Viel Spaß bei Indiana Jones und das Rad des Schicksals ab dem 29. Juni in den Kinos. Bitte erzählt's gerne weiter. Alles Gute. Schönen Abend. Danke euch. Tschüss.